Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Time for Victor Allen's New Sports. That's right, a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. Written and directed by the bald-headed black man, the ones that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. We tell you to dress appropriately for the segment, sports bras and jock straps. Because we bring it real. And here's Vic! Yeah!
There you go, bro.
Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, man. Hey, look, I'm going to keep this quick and easy because...
We've heard that before.
It's wrong, man. It's wrong.
Say that in prison all the time.
Let me say this. First of all, I don't have to bring anything new about the Kaepernick thing. And I'm gonna tell you what I believe is my ending to this, which is probably to other people's ways of saying, well, we knew that already. First of all, before I even give the details on the Kaepernick thing, I'm doing it in reverse. I believe he's here for a higher cause, period. All right. Now, with that being said,
you said this at the beginning. I want you to know, everybody, Vic has been saying this.
Yes, I've been saying sometimes you don't recognize that somebody, because we have talked about this. Colin Kaepernick, and I'll back into the story that everybody's already heard about, so I don't have to do the whole swath on it because you can't miss it. I believe he's going, there's something that's happening with him. I don't have to be either or. I still want the job. I still get paid because why? Everybody else do it. Big Corp does it. They want to be messengers. They want to be philosophical, and then they want profit. How come I can't do it and do it for a greater cost? Now, how he goes about that, people, I'll let them question that. Now, to get back to Cap, what he did. This the NFL coordinating, which I thought was a joke right offhand, because when you actually want to see a
or lack of coordinating.
Well, let me just say this. There are quarterbacks sitting at home going, I got a call. Okay? I got a call. And I'm going, wait a minute. Yeah, I was sitting up here just chilling. They called me. They said because somebody got injured. But Colin has to go through this NFL coordinated, no media, this location. Oh, here's the conditions, X, Y, Z. And of course, what Colin's doing is what I believe is happening. Who controls the narrative controls the game. So the narrative is, as Colin says, hey, a half hour before the location, at the NFL location, we're changing it to my location. His crew is already there. Jay-Z's already behind the scenes in this as well. Of course, when he goes to that new location, which is a high school, you knew it was pre-planned because you just can't come on the high school campus, right? You just can't do it.
You can't just roll up.
You can't roll up.
You can't call a high school on Friday and say,
no, man.
Well, maybe if you know the principal.
Right. And let me say this. I believe
you might be able to do that.
I believe people have to work with the tools that they have in their armament. And I don't mean it in a way that's like war. But I believe you have to go, hey, this is what I have to work with. Yeah. Now, they're all saying, why did you come with the Kunta Kinte shirt? And everybody knows what that message is. Number two, he doesn't take interviews. He just gives a speech, which means people want to Q&A it, of course. They want, well, how you want to do it? I said, listen, if the policy from the NFL is unfair, then being fair to the media is not a high priority. Everybody gets used, and of course the media, as we are participants in it, get used. That's not my issue. Sometimes I believe even if he walked away and didn't say anything, not another note, not another drop, not anything, I think he's already set the stage for others who actually feel we'll be carrying this torch maybe in a different way. But he has to actually subject himself to saying, I may not have a lifestyle like this. Am I supposed to be poor and broke down so I can sit back and get humbleness and appreciation? I believe what he's doing is setting in motion something that the NFL probably was going, look, what we're doing wasn't an investment. We were just testing you and the market of what you represent, which may have all been predictable in the first place. So at the end of the day, do you feel Colin's message is bigger, or are you getting down in the weeds of how come he didn't do this? Because you got people from old school going like this. Your strategy need to be a little bit better, homie. Versus when strategy is unfair, give me the strategy that works. There's appeasement, take your time. There's people who talk like Stephen A. Smith, Michael Eric Dyson, people who are going to give you the eloquence. I'm saying maybe history is being made and you don't realize you're living in it. And at that time, we tend to appreciate it looking back. So I believe he's in a bigger cause, way bigger than just football. I know, Mario, you may have some thoughts.
Well, that's what I think too. I think that Stephen A., who's a sports person whose politics are somewhat unknown because that's not his bent.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So of course he could talk a lot of shit because there's a bunch of shit coming out of his mouth, and he's up there by himself. I would love to be able to communicate with him and have a little debate, but let's go there on this a little bit. So. It's okay for Kaepernick to put sports secondary to the politics. Right. I think he wants to play. I just don't think he wants to play in an overwhelming desire kind of way.
Right.
I also think that he wants to play with the idea that he has played already.
Right.
And so whether or not he builds upon that NFL legacy anymore, well, I don't think it's really necessary. I don't think it's necessary for him to build upon his football legacy. So I think he's playing it to maintain his legacy overall. Like I said, I think he wouldn't mind playing. I just don't think that it's in his first. I don't think that it's in his first 2 or 3 agenda points. Right. It may be a number 4.
Right.
It may be a number 4, and that would be okay to me. And that's the kind of guts Stephen A. has never shown on anything.
No.
So he can take that and shove that where the sun don't shine.
Well, look,
now.
Wait, hold on.
Because he always got some bullshit to say.
Wait a minute.
So, and for him to criticize Kaepernick is like a joke. It's like the jackal criticizing the lion. Okay.
Do you have, when you look at it, it's amazing. And I don't want to make a show about this because the part I believe is that we all are going to find people taking positions, which I understand. And I believe that sometimes this is necessary to have this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think what you have to do is people are not monolithic by culture and ethnicity. And so there's corporate, there's the best way to do it. If he was trying to get a job solely in the NFL, I would have said, oh, no, man, you may need to try to do something different. But because the way he's going about it, I said, oh, no, man, this is a higher call.
He's manipulating it based on the contract that he signed.
Right.
And I think, okay, first of all, Roger Goodell is a mush-mouth spokesperson for the league who has nothing he does is about fairness at all. It's all about just controlling the league, so no one trusts him.
Right.
So I find the fact that Kaepernick did this to be telling. In other words, what I'm saying, look at what he did.
Right.
What does that tell you about the relationship he has with the NFL?
Right.
He's certainly at least not courting their approval.
No.
He's not courting their approval, and he probably goes within the agreement. I'm able to make adjustments.
Right.
And so I just made an adjustment. Now, who's the slave and who's the master today?
Right.
Who's jumping to whom? And so for that, I congratulate him. He threw the NFL. He flipped a finger at them.
Yes.
Saying, I don't care. In other words, what I like about it is that what he's really saying is, I'm not really going to let you validate me in this method. You don't get to validate me.
Right.
You don't get to come in and do all that, blah, blah, blah. Or if you do, you got to pay me some more money extra. And so that's what I like. I think he flipped their nose at him. And I got to give it.
Right.
I give it to him.
Yeah. See, that's why I said, so everybody knows that we all capitulate to a corporate narrative when we are getting our paychecks. I hate to say it.
Well, not all of us.
Well, when we are in corporate.
To a
degree. And let me say this, corporate is just not monolithic.
No, because once you establish control, that's when you can act a fool, but you may have to play the role.
Right. And so part of this is that's why I said if it was about football, I would actually be, okay, man, you know what? Don't you want to play? But the idea when you listen to him speak and that whole plan, he's got an energy. Because one, I've tasted the Super Bowl, right? I've already gotten to that part of my life. And he may feel like I've generated this momentum that when I took the knee, I didn't see this coming or have this foresight of it. So that's just one story. Now, I'm just looking at it from that point of view. I'm not trying to climb over anybody else, but I want to find out is when we look back 30 days from now, which one of these 3 stories will be a big story? So we're starting off with Kaepernick. Now let's go to the next. The one I know most people go like, what? Hey, Carmelo? Lamar? Well, let's start with Lamar first. You know, he's counting that money. He's breaking records.
Not bad for a running back.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Let me just say this. Oh, man.
Not bad for a running back.
He's serving up skills and notices that your agents and evaluators in the NFL get overhyped. You guys do a good job to a certain degree, but sometimes you just put people in a box, and he is like serving up. The Sean Watson versus Lamar Jackson, I didn't think it was going to be so one-sided. I literally was sitting there.
Well, and it never is when that's so everybody knows it's never one player against another player.
Yeah.
If actually it's Lamar Jackson team against their defense. And again, this was a team effort, so it's a team loss. I don't think it speaks anything for Deshaun Jackson.
Did you think it was going to be a blowout like that, bro?
Oh, nobody.
Okay, do you know?
But how many games have we had this year?
Okay.
That's not on the only crazy one, okay?
Let me give you the comparison in the numbers now. Let me just give you. Lamar Jackson, 4 TDs, 222 yards, QBR of 93.3. If you would have said, this is what Deshaun is going to do. 1 TD, 1 interception, 169 yards, QBR of 9.0. That nobody expected him to produce such a low productive outcome. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, nobody expects that kind of performance. It was a stellar performance, in many ways, a record-setting.
Right.
Right, especially for the team. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. We have to dilly-dally with the idea that they lost to Cleveland. So, the Ravens did.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So, here's the third MVP up so far. It was Mahomes. You had Aaron Rodgers. Now it's Lamar. My question to you is, does Lamar take it to the home stretch to the playoffs, or another quarterback step up? Because it seems like they're coming every 2 weeks to 3 weeks. It's a change for the next one.
Well, that says something about the issue of injury and all, especially when they're trying to add another game to the season, which I don't blame them. If anything, it should be shortening the season.
Right.
But I can say this, Vic, I'm looking forward to seeing the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I am too. I'm
actually looking for the playoffs.
Because I'm trying to figure out, how does a smaller in size runner who's really a quarterback and can run, and then you look at Cam Newton, where they were going like, we don't want you to get beat up, but it's something about how he runs to avoid a lot of those hits. And they say, will he survive? And will they get the blueprint on him? Because everything tightens up when you get in the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, here's the question. The question is, will he be the quarterback story of the year? Meaning, will he just have a slam dunk on the MVP when everybody selected Mahomes? Okay, that's our second up. Now let's go to the one that most people are going to go, hey, look, this is it. Must concentrate. Must concentrate. We got to concentrate. Why? Because this is where I said, this is the example of when a team is suffering so bad. Portland Trailblazers, who went to the conference finals, are now basically going, we're 5-8. Somebody got to do something. We got 3 injuries on our team, 2 power forwards in the center out from our starting lineups. We got to do something. Let's call Carmelo. Here's the other thing. Didn't know he was practicing all during the preseason with McCollum. So there's this connection where he was already working out with one of the Trailblazers. Now,
and who initiated that one? I'm just sorry. I'm just asking.
Mario,
because everybody work out with different people. They never say who initiated the workouts.
Mario, that last fine woman that came in your life maybe 5 years ago, did it matter who initiated it?
It wasn't 5 years ago I had a fine woman. Damn.
Was it? Did it matter who started it?
Yes, it does, Dick.
Okay, all right.
Because someone has to sleep in the wet spot.
Okay, let me just say this. I got you. So here's my question here. Now, do you think Carmelo came into the camp way more conditioned than he was before?
Why you want to start shit? You're the one, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Allen's the one who always says Carmelo is soft.
No,
okay?
I'm just...
So you're going to ask me the question, if Carmelo
No, I
came
didn't
in
say.
and shape?
No. I didn't say it was
what
soft.
What do you think, Vic?
I
Vic
said-
called him
let me say,
soft.
No, what I said is,
You know what it is? When you look at Carmelo's shoulders, they look a little doughy. He looks a little doughy. Where's the
he doesn't
muscular
hit the
defilement?
gym. He doesn't-
he's not in the gym.
No.
Right. You look at his body, it looks a little doughy.
Must concentrate. We must concentrate. Let me.
I give it to you, Vic. He does look, compared to everybody else, right?
Right.
He looks a little doughy.
Because some players have. Listen, let me tell you. Carmelo got those natural skills that he says, there's some cats that's going in the gym, they can work out all day long. They still can't shoot like me. But the game has evolved. Now, here's a question. What kind of impact, and if you had to pick how many points he's going to score on average.
Come on.
Come on, man. Come on. See, I'm trying to bring
He's
hope.
going to average 9.
That's it. I think
10.
I think
10 points.
I'm going to give him 15.
Average.
I'm going to say 15.
Oh, he's not going to average 15 points. I wish I'd take a bet. How much? He's not going to average 15 points. Okay, here's the first thing. What's the chances that he lasts the season with the team?
Must concentrate. Must concentrate.
Even that, you got to be going ding, 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 ding. ding.
See, I have hope because I believe what he's going to get is he's going to get more PT time. That's it. He's going to get more PT
Physical
time.
therapy?
All right.
What's
so,
PT?
okay.
Penile transplant?
Playing time, homie.
Oh,
you know.
excuse me.
You say you want to go
I didn't
there.
know what PT was.
I'm just
trying to
saying,
say, I
okay.
might need me some.
All right. So here's the thing. We got 3 athletes who are game changers in this season we're at. We got Carmelo, who may be in a place where he says, this fit may allow me to explode in my production. You got Lamar Jackson, who's changing the MVP race and dominating it while winning, and his team are blowing other teams out. And then you got the Kaepernick effect that deals with something that's more off-field than on-field. Which one of these stories will be a sustainable story or the biggest story at the end of the NFL football season? I know the NBA keeps going, but at the end of the NFL season, which one of these stories you think will have longevity?
Between what's it?
Carmelo, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Carmelo's a non-story. Lamar Jackson is the story. What was the other one?
Kaepernick. Is this story dead?
It's a non-story.
Wow. Okay.
He has nothing to do with the NFL season. He's not going to play.
Well, that's why I put
it will never. He won't ever. To me, well, we'll see.
Right.
I don't expect him to play or have any offers or anything.
Let's move on to what I call extraordinary athletes in action. I need a lighter moment because we've been very serious. And I wanted to point out what I call the unknown athletes who need to be known. And hopefully this is my way of interjecting, Mario, that we can go locate them to give them props. You ready for this?
Yeah, that's what I want to give them.
Okay,
props.
Let's go for the first
Props.
one. The first.
That's what I want to give them.
The unknown soccer hottie heads up. I got this.
I want to give her props.
Now here's what we're doing. Mario, you have to determine. Why you laughing, man?
Because I'm so old, I forgot where props is. It ain't prop like it used to be.
Let's give her dap. Hey, let's just say she. Okay. Okay. Here's your task at hand. We're gonna go through 4, and which one will you? Oh yeah, you know what? She's number 1. She's delivering. She needs to be on a team. Some team. We already got the first one, right? Cool. Let's go with the next. This one, you have to look carefully. The unknown.
Vic, I am looking really carefully.
Wait a minute.
I am. Okay.
Wait a minute.
PMC, you too. Mac, let's all focus.
Wait a minute.
And look, I am looking carefully.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to set up the narrative.
You got on flip-flops.
Thank you.
I'm still looking carefully, Vic, but I'm getting the cramp.
See, this is the part I was trying to say.
Okay.
The unknown summer dress flip-flop hoopster.
It wasn't her ass.
Okay, so.
It had nothing to do with her ass.
No, not at all.
See, Vic is unfair. See, men, I want you to recognize what Vic does to us.
Let me just say this. You hooped before, right? When's the last time you tried to hoop
Vic,
with some flip-flops?
Vic, you actually threw me one of the few lobs I ever had in my life. I think Vic threw me a lob one time in a pickup game at the Y or something. I was like, dang, it was like I had a lob pass. He threw a lob that was lobbing like 4 feet under the basket.
Let's go. See, you see what I'm saying? He's reminiscing. Okay.
Anyway, but I like this, Vic, and I would work on her jump shot Cause
She don't need any work.
No, her booty's gonna get her a little off balance. I'm watching that ass.
Okay, all right. Let me go
I'm trying to see.
Let me go to the next one. You can always look at the gym.
Vic, I'm concerned.
The next one is the unknown hide and seek golf lady. Watch carefully.
Scratch and sniff.
Now, here's the good. Can she do that trick, or was that intentional? Can she do it again?
I think she's intentional because I went to Tijuana one time. Well, that's another story.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
Leave it alone, man.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Look carefully. Can she do that again if she planned it?
I bet she can. I've seen one. I have had my own version. I'm sure you had what we call the snapper.
Okay, let me go to the next one. All right.
Hail to the snapper.
The next one is called the unknown my bar is high athlete. I want you to look at this. I mean, it may be about 6 inches.
What you talking about, Vic?
The bar is high.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see. So
I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. It may be. I mean, look. What? Everybody knows that. Yeah, if you can jump and have flexibility and coming out, it's not like
they do this in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Downtown.
Now, quickly, you have to give me the one that impresses you the most.
I think, Vic.
I know where you're going. I already know.
You know, between these.
I know.
And they all are impressive.
I know where you're going.
Including Miss Snapper.
Okay.
Here. But I think, for me, Vic, and I wanted to be sure, I have to go with the lady in the flip-flops. Because it's that ass.
All right, got
How
you.
she managed to balance that booty in those flip-flops.
I got you.
I know this girl would be a wonderful date.
Man, objectivity out
I would
the
like
door.
to take her to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get her a latte.
Okay. Remember, these people are unknown. I don't know who they are. All right.
See, wait. He just, whatever.
Okay.
See, that's jacked up.
All right. Gotta go. Gotta take you out on this one. LA. What they say is if you don't even give respect to the local sports around there, you're not doing the job. And maybe there's a subject there that I'm missing. But number one, Modern Day Prep still remains number one. They trounced Bishop Amat 63-23. National rank St. John Bosco, number 4, destroyed Calabasas High 63-7. Number 7, Utah University defeats UCLA 49-3. All right. USC defeats California 41-17, and Lakers, of course, defeat Atlanta 122-101. But remember, the Clippers trounced Atlanta the day before 150-101. I don't know if I should be reporting that. Here's the exit question. This is a game changer. We're looking at Tua. I believe they pronounce it Tagovailoa.
Think of Jack. Here we go.
Tagovailoa.
Get a bet.
There
Everybody,
we go.
what?
Got
Who?
Tagovailoa. Got it. Now, here's what he's changing here. He's out with a hip injury, out for the rest of the season. They blow out. Opponent. It's not a big deal. But they're rated 5th in the BCS standings. He's gone. What, Bama make it to the finals of the BCS game playoffs?
Yeah.
Without him.
Yes.
Now, here's the other thing.
The finals?
The final game. The final. Not the, see, I know it's the playoffs. The final. Will they make it to?
I don't know about, I don't know, the final.
Yeah.
Because that's what the big issue is now.
Right.
Because it's tight anyway, right? It was tight with Tua in there.
Right.
LSU.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't
know. But, Alabama has such a strong team in all the other levels, so there you go.
Yeah, nobody even knows the backup quarterback. All right, let me go to this one. He's been hurt 4 times this year in the last couple of months. He's had 4 surgeries. Now, what they're saying is this. He's playing in the toughest division, the SEC. Are they now getting a blueprint in the NFL, and would it affect his draft stock because he's prone to injury? Will he be the number 1 selected quarterback? I didn't say number 1 player, quarterback, when they do the draft selection.
No.
Okay.
I think what's going to be amazing, the number 1 quarterback is going to be Jalen Hurts.
I think it may be Burrow, maybe.
Well, that's what we're going to see because, the other 2 are more traditional in terms of build.
Right.
Even though Drew Brees and folks like him have set a new standard, man. So,
Yeah.
You know, we expect a different thing.
I'm out, man. Enjoy that day. It's hot in L.A. 90. Whew, it's hot, man.
Victor Allen's New Sports recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. You can enjoy it every week. Victor Allen's unique fan-based view of sports. You remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. Everybody wears the same stuff. That way we all feel a little stupid. Come on. Get your sports, your fantasy picks, and not your nose. Come on. Yes.